Hello, everyone. I'm Rebecca Lachona, the Associate Director for Communications with ICF Sacramento, and I'm here today with Maryam Ghadiri. I don't know if I got that exactly 100% right that time or not, Miriam, I apologize. But Miriam is I believe, one of our newer Sacramento members, correct?
Yes.
Excellent. Well, I'm here with Miriam today for our member spotlight video. And Miriam, I have a couple of questions that I'd like to ask you. Can you fill in the blank for me here? For me, coaching is.
For me, coaching is joining someone in their journey of transformation and helping them to see new possibilities so they can expand their world. I see it as a very beautiful partnership that you can see someone grow and be there to support them.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. Moving into our next question today. What is your coaching superpower?
That's a good question. I think one of my superpower that I'm honing the skill even around that is in creating an environment of trust. Many of us, we may hold limiting beliefs or thoughts that creates anxiety and fear, and we are just afraid of being judged and we don't share it with someone. So for me as a coach is create an environment that people, they can come and share without the fear of being judged and with the trust in their heart that they can get some feedback, they can work through that subject with me.
Awesome. It's so important to build trust with your clients foundationally.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, next question. As a busy professional, how do you practice self-care? Because I know that you are entering into your postdoctoral days, and so you've been busy. What do you do to practice self-care?
Yeah, I think self-care didn't come easy for me because during my PhD, I really didn't put my self-care first. I just worked in a new subject I was studying. I was dealing with imposter trauma, burnout, feeling very depressed. And then that was the first time I hired my own coach and who helped me to get out of that situation, which inspired me now to not only help people, but also put those practices first. For me, it's like having daily morning routine. I start with meditation, breathing exercise, and journaling 1 to 3 pages. If I'm busy, a short workout, like a 15 minutes yoga. If I have time, like in the weekend, I go for a hike. 5 to 7 miles of hike helps me a lot. Nature helps a lot for my self-care. And the other thing I do, I spend time with my friends. I really like social connection and spending time with people that can bring me value and we can share what is going on. So those are the things that I did not spend time on it because I was just focusing a lot on achieving. And nowadays I really purposefully spend and put time on my calendar for them.
It's interesting because I've done a couple of these member spotlight interviews, and that inward focus has come up so much with, journaling, meditation,
Mm-hmm.
getting out into nature. Those are kind of the themes that I'm hearing really ground people. So glad that was a realization for you.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering, what is your greatest hope for the future?
I really like this question, and it's one of those questions that you can dream big, right? It's like I really like this type of question. For me, I think I really like to be part of this movement that help community and then a bigger society to show up from the place of heart, from the place of love, rather than place of fear. Many of us, because of many conditions that we are going through or many things that we observed, we show up from the place of fear. So there are not that much possibilities. And we may achieve things, but it's through lots of suffering. And I really like to help, to support, and to be part of this movement of creating community and bigger communities that we learn how to raise our frequency. How can we invite more possibility in, and how we can have a role in bigger in the world, in a bigger topic, like how can we each one of us be part of a solution for climate change, part of a peace in the world. So I think that is when we tap into our heart and we really go inward. And I hope that we do a better job going forward, like as a coaching community and also as bigger community of like humanity.
Wow, I got chills listening to you talk. That's amazing. I love that idea of like having a bigger social impact as coaches. It's
Yes.
just wonderful. Um, well, our last question, Miriam, is what is one potentially surprising thing that brings you pure joy?
There are a couple of things that really I can feel the joy, the vibration. One of them is when I spend time with kids and I see the world through their eyes. I love their curiosity, their honesty, the world that they are looking at, like the way that they are looking at it, and they don't see the limitation the way that we see it. And so one of the thing I is like spending time with children, right? It's like, and that was actually I got my PhD was working with children and designing activities for them. That was like how much I really love engaging with that population. The second thing for me is gardening. I feel like when I do gardening, especially when I see the growth, it's it's incredible that a seed you plant, it just grow in front of your eyes. Like in a couple of weeks, you can have something to pick if it's a herb, or you give more time like a tree. And the other thing that makes me really joyful is art, especially painting, visual art. Whenever I visit a gallery or go to a museum of art, it's just I connected with different part of my soul, and the color, the movement of the brush, everything that I see, it's really make me feel joyous. So they are like different like level or like different dimension of joy. But again, I really try to bring them in part of my daily life, my programming for life. So to invite more joy in.
Well, thank you so much for sharing just a little glimpse into your life, Miriam. It's been a pleasure chatting with you and getting to know you as a coach and a person. And I know that our members will enjoy hearing from you as well. So
Thank
thank you.
you so much. Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor
Oh,
to
of
have this
course.
conversation with you.
Our pleasure. Thanks again. And we will talk more with another member this time next month.